Alrighty folks, new cape, same top 3 video. Today we are looking at the must-try stratagems post-update. So this game received its first balancing update for the most part. It only changed a couple things, but up until the update, I think it was on the 6th or the 7th. But up until that, the only updates had been server fix issues and bug fixes. So now we actually have a new balancing update that changed some things. We also currently have this new, just down here at the bottom, this new Patriot exosuit that came out because we completed that order. So been playing around with it a little bit and seeing if it's any decent. It does seem quite decent, but we'll probably end up making a video on that here soon when they release some additional exosuits. But today, top 3 must-try stratagems post-update. Let's get into it with our honorable mention first. So at our honorable mention spot, this stratagem didn't receive any changes in the update, but some of its competition did. It is the Guard Dog Rover. Now you probably already know that this backpack is insane. It gets so many kills for you without you having to do anything. It's almost always up, unlike the gun one that goes into the pack a lot to reload. So this is just a great stratagem. The reason it's here on our honorable mention spot instead of in the top 3 is because it is just as good. It didn't change any, but the shield generator pack has about twice the recharge time once it goes down before it comes back up. So this was pretty much the go-to for everyone, but now that takes twice as long to come back up, it's not quite as valuable, and it really makes the Guard Dog Rover closer in competition to it. So I know a lot of people were trying it. Now, though, it seems like it's a harder choice to take between this and the shield generator pack, whereas before every mission, most people were just loading up the shield generator pack and letting it rip. So I like the change. I like that we're more incentivized to try out all the different stratagems, and this one is just a quite good one anyway. It's realistically probably overpowered like the shield generator, but either way, that's our honorable mention spot. Coming in at our number 3 must-try post-update stratagems, it is the laser cannon. Now, the laser cannon, I wanted this so bad to be the number 1 spot. Running around with it post-update, they updated the ergonomics of it, but running around with it post-update, it really feels like you can maneuver with it, you can dive with it, you can sprint, turn quickly. It's not so cumbersome, so really looking forward to using it. In using it, it's pretty good against soft targets, but the update said increased armor pen and stuff like that, higher damage versus armor and armor penetration, and I could not get it to do any armor pen damage. I mean, it was just completely incapable of taking out chargers, which was what I was kind of thinking that the point of the update was for, is so that it could take down chargers. But unfortunately, just maybe I need to be hitting it in a different spot. Maybe I need to be hitting it more dead on so it doesn't deflect as much or something like that. That's what they've been saying, but just no damage versus armor. Great versus soft targets. Comes with a lot of upsides. Unlimited range and unlimited ammo are pretty big perks. And the more ergonomics now and usability of it kind of make those perks more worth it to take and fill up your 3rd weapon slot. Since it doesn't have ammo, it doesn't have a backpack associated with it either, so that's quite nice. But aside from doing long-ranging stuff, or maybe taking down big groups of soft targets, this thing is just not an armor shredder like you would think it would be, especially with the wording of this update. So give it a try for sure, but it has to be at our number 3 spot because it's still just not that good in my opinion. Again, that could be user error or something, and trust me, I tried this thing extensively. I wanted to put it number 1 on this list. I wanted it to be so good after these updates, but for me, it just wasn't that much better. But still, very fun to use, so you gotta try it out. Coming in at our number 2 slot for stratagems you must try post-update, it is the 2 HE barrages, the Orbital 120 and the Orbital 380. Now, both of these got increased duration and tighter spread on their fire radius, which both of them are quite good for what you're using them for. Those are nice benefits. The problem before is their spread was just so wide you would get clipped, no problem. Like, you could be 100 meters away and get clipped, even by the 120. They were so inaccurate. And the 380 was just completely unusable. It covered such a big area, there's no way you could accurately hit targets with it or anything like that. So now, though, as you can see, it's got a nice tight radius. The 120, you can be 60 meters away from it and be very safe. The 380 may be closer to 80 to 100 meters away and you're good to go. And the duration of them now is insane, especially if you have the module for the more guns in the orbital cannons section. These barrages go on for a while. So if you're using it to close off an area long term, like a route for the mob spawn in when you're at extract or at an objective, it can do that well. But just the sheer mass of shells that they fire, you can throw one of these into a nest and it'll close most of the holes just from the full coverage of the area. But both of them definitely must tries now. The reason they're not higher on this list or in the #1 slot is because they're still somewhat outclassed by like the walking barrage, which just comes in faster and is even safer than the tighter radius ones. And then of course the laser and a lot of the eagles are just better than these. But if you want something that goes on for a long duration, you're not going to beat these. I mean, this is going to cover an area for twice as long as something like even an Eagle napalm strike will keep it covered. This will just continuously keep shelling. So definitely must try post update. Coming in at our #1 must try stratagem post update, we are looking at the Flamethrower. Now the Flamethrower, I was always looking for an excuse for this to be good. Of course, it is a very spectacle based weapon and a very technical weapon with the slowdown stuff, and you gotta avoid burning yourself and burning your teammates and stuff like that. So a cool weapon regardless. This update gave it double the burn damage per second once they're on fire or whatever. So that's incredibly good. That was probably the last thing that this needed to push it up into a higher damage tier, because the damage from the direct flame is already good, and the fact that they're getting slowed is really going to affect them more than anything. So the main reason that this is our #1 is because of chargers. I mean, the bug meta is basically completely charger like based at this point. What can take down chargers the fastest? That's why everybody's crying about the railgun nerfs and stuff like that. But the Flamethrower, if you're in a one-on-one scenario with the charger, the Flamethrower is honestly going to be my pick. Its ammo usage is so good that you're probably not going to have to reload to kill the charger, and all you got to do is get the burn on it, dive away, wait for the burn to come down or go out, get the burn on them again, and they'll go down quick. The reason I say that I would take it in the 1v1 scenarios is because the expendables, you're likely to blow yourself up if you can't get enough separation between you and the charger, and then something like the spear, you're not going to be able to get the lock on because you're going to be too close, and you're definitely not going to be able to get the reload off. So the Flamethrower, definitely nice now. Great as a tertiary weapon. I've been taking it into some missions. It can even cook Bile Titans pretty good now. Get that burn damage on them, it'll cook them down. So definitely a must try if you're looking for a tertiary weapon. The ammo consumption is good enough to where you can basically use it as a primary for most of the mission. If you're running in especially a 4-man team, you want to be careful, but it is cool to have one of these in the comp and kind of clear stuff out. So that's our top 3 must try post update stratagems, guys. Coming in at #3, we've got the laser cannon. The laser cannon is just, it comes with so many upsides. It looks really cool in action, and it has unlimited ammo and it has unlimited range essentially, but it's just still not that good. Maybe you can get square onto armor and take it out, but the increased armor pin from the update wasn't too noticeable. The ergonomics was, but yeah, just a fun to use, maybe not the most effective, but fun to use weapon. Coming in at our #2 slot, we have got the 2 orbital barrages, the 120mm and the 380. If these had a little bit shorter call-in time, that would be nice, or maybe some sort of range indicator, but I know that would take away some of the fun. Either way, these got tighter radius and more duration, and they're just much more comparable to some of the other options for long-term lockdown, like the Napalm Eagle or, you know, the Airburst Strike, which locks down an area for a little bit. They're still pretty outclassed by some other Eagles and Orbitals, so not absolute must-uses, but definitely must-try following the updates. They're a lot better, a lot less likely to team kill. And coming in at our number 1 spot, we have the Flamethrower. The Flamethrower absolutely cooks. The slowdown is amazing. The extra damage per second burn is amazing. Gotta try it for cooking chargers, especially in the new meta, potentially with railguns being less powerful and just ammo consumption being an issue on higher difficulties. The Flamethrower's got you on all the fronts there. So give these weapons a try, give these stratagems a try, take a look at them. Also consider what you want on your backpack. You know, with the shield nerf coming through, the double the duration of the shield, it's kind of like, you know, you're incentivized to use some other stuff. Maybe try the spear, you know, or try carrying your teammates' ammo or something on your back for a tertiary weapon. But either way, the Orbitals, the Flamethrower, and the Laser, give them a try following this update. Surely more updates will be coming out, so we'll keep you posted on some stratagems you gotta try following them. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you get some use out of these videos.